Hi, Janet. How are you, darling? So, pretty much I'm here, you guys, for anybody that's watching this video after the fact. I'm mostly here because I wanted to be able to answer some of you guys' questions regarding the You and Me swap as well as the Lace 2K. And in the meanwhile, I decided that I need to do some crafting. I tried to come on here twice before, but idle hands, I don't know how to stay still. And so um, I'm just not used to doing the let's just talk situation. I have to be making something. So I'm back and we're gonna be working on a little book. Oh, hope you feel better soon. Well wishes, well wishes. So I've already cut up some paper and I'm pretty much gonna get this whole situation going and see what happens. And hopefully some other people that came earlier, because when I closed off the stream is when people were actually starting to come in. Hopefully the people that were here earlier will come back and we'll get to go over some of the finer details. You'll come back? Yeah. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So pretty much I found these at a thrifty store, and these are like old. I mean, I've never seen them in a store, but they could probably still have something like this available. But they're like old CD mailers, so they're really nice and durable. And I thought that this would be like really, really cool to make some kind of a little kind of album out of it. So I think that that's what I'm gonna try to do. And what's good is that it already has its double-sided tape. I just have to figure out how to do this and be able to close it because it's nice and stiff. So we'll do that. And I have these really cute. Give me. You got it? Yeah. All right. Nothing. Well, something. I have these really cute bunny stamps. Super, super adorable. I have this little cute little boy bunny stamp and these cute little girl bunny stamps. One is Paris theme, one is princess theme, and he is a photographer. So I'm gonna be adding those to some pockets that I'm gonna make, which are gonna be sitting on the front, of the sleeves of this. So I figured this will be something like for tags or something like that. And if I can manage to keep at least some of the envelope insides open, then I'll do that. But that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing while I allow people to come in. And then once I have a pretty good group going of people, then I'll go into the information and stuff like that about the challenge, as well as the You and Me swap. So let's see here. So pretty much right now what I'm doing is just measuring and getting things together. I try to get it all done before I went live, but I ran out of time because that's just what happens. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now. Yes, aren't they? Super, super cute. It took forever to get here though, but adorable nonetheless. Because that's just how it is when you shop on eBay. It takes forever. Forever, ever. So I'm gonna do this and pretty much get most of these kind of scored and ready to go. And just get some of these trimmed down. I'm very limited on space right now. I have a lot of stuff on my desk going on. And so I've been a little bit under the weather, not sick wise, but just in a mental kind of funk for the past couple days. I was actually telling Janet about that I'm like, I'm in a mental fog when it comes to crafting. I keep picking stuff up and putting stuff down and picking stuff up and starting things and stopping things. Like it's just been crazy. It's just been a little bit kind of crazy in this whole department. I actually did this canvas yesterday and I'm thinking about putting the video up. I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of debating. But I did this canvas yesterday and she's got a bird on her head. Very, very odd looking thing, but that's kind of how I feel. I feel like I have a big heavy bird on my head and no matter how much I shake, it won't fly away. So I put it into art and out of that came this with the words no regrets, because that's how you have to live life, with no regrets. And so it took me, literally I've been like this for like 2 weeks and I messed this canvas up before I got this going and it was just sitting there looking at me full of all different kind of paint that I just painted over white, and then I just had like this rainbow kind of showing through it, and I'm like, I can't leave that canvas like that. Like it was just crying for help. So I started doodling and that's how I ended up with this whole thing. So it's like it just kind of poured out. So we'll see. That's why when I came on earlier, I was like, I'm not gonna craft because I was like not really into the whole crafting thing. But you know what? I don't know how to come on here without crafting. That's just what I do. So I gotta either paint or do something and keep myself busy because that's just how, you know, that's just how I roll. And so I figured in the meanwhile, in the interim, because it has been quite some time since I have been live, and I mean quite some time. I figured if anybody has any questions regarding the challenges or anything like that, then I can address that. I know Marty told me she's working on hers already, so I'm super, super excited to see that. I know that also Melissa's Nails and Clicks told me that she pretty much was working on it this weekend. So again, super, super excited, and I cannot wait to see all the different trims and what you guys come up with, because I think for the most part, we don't really necessarily think about altering, you know, lace or trims or anything like that. So I'm very interested to see what you guys come up with. And I'm even more interested in putting them into art or in a journal or making something with them for sure. Super, super excited about that as well. You guys are just having a ball there on the chat, aren't you? And so, just in case anybody watches this video after the fact, I've been getting, well, let me rewind that. Let's bring it back. So for the past couple days, which is, I wouldn't say maybe about 2 weeks, I've been getting some really odd. I don't know if they're odd or maybe I'm just looking at them from an odd perspective, but I'm getting these comments on some of my older videos of people telling me how to do things. And I'm laughing about it now because there's nothing else to do, right? All you can do is laugh. But I was hell of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I was really, really annoyed. And then I had to like stop. Like, why are you getting like so frustrated? But it's not so much that they're telling me what to do and how to do it. It's the way that they're telling me. And the reason Hassan is laughing is because he was reading them with me and he's like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like it's just the way that they say things sometimes is just like so crazy and so random. Like that video is 2 years old. Like, what are you talking about? Have you not seen anything that I've done as of lately? Things have changed. I've gone through 2 laptops, 4 cameras, like things have changed. So it's like, oh my goodness. So that kind of did put me in somewhat of a funk. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Nada. That did put me kind of like down. And it became my bird. It became this bird right here. This bird on this girl's head. That's what it became. Obnoxious. Obnoxious to deal with. and obnoxious to reply to, because I replied in the most, I guess, polite way that I can say what I had to say. And then they came back and told me some more random stuff. And it's like, okay, I would love to see you make one and show us how you do it, only to find that they don't have a channel, which I was like, okay. But anyway, I want to chuck it off as just that I was being trolled, but I don't know. Just kind of threw me for a loop for a little bit. Because I was like, am I doing everything wrong here? Like, what the heck is going on? And it's funny because it just kept happening to the same video. To the same video. Some lady literally told me, like, how dare I wait for you guys when I go live? I was like, what? What you mean? I'm not going to wait for people when I'm going live. Like, who am I supposed to talk to? So, yes. Like, it was just like so weird. How dare you do giveaways when you go live? It's not fair for the people that watch after. I'm like, do you realize that this video is 2 years old? Like, you would have lost anyway. By now. By now you would have lost, girl. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not waiting 2 years for nobody to enter my challenge. No. Especially not a challenge, but a giveaway. Especially a flash giveaway at that. Like, I was just like, oh, I was so shocked. And it actually feels good to be venting right now because Lord help us all. I was just like not really happy for a little bit. I was very frustrated, and it literally took my desire to craft away, which is kind of crazy because that doesn't happen to me. But the fact that they just kept coming back, even though I told them, okay, have a nice day, they were like, no, and wait a minute, and how dare you? And who gave you permission? I was like, whoa, Nelly. Alrighty then. Oh, no. No coffee for you today, Janet, huh? Or you still drinking coffee? But yes, super odd. Super weird. Like, seriously, those are the kind of things that you want to make t-shirts out of and walk down the street and just to, like, irritate the hell out of everybody you passing by when you're not in a good mood. Like, I would have definitely put that meme on a shirt. Like, how dare you? But yes, so I'm trying to get over my funk, you guys. And that's part of the reason why I threw my challenge out, the Lace 2K challenge. It's to celebrate what I've been through here, what I've survived here on YouTube. And the fact that I'm still here, I'm even amazed at that myself. I'm still here. I'm still crafting with you guys. I'm still, you know, supporting and interacting and all of that good stuff. I'm still trying to come up with new things to show you guys and new things to do. And I feel like, you know, a challenge at this point in time is earned, is well deserved. Not just for me, but also for you guys, to celebrate you guys sticking it out with me. So I'm making, I know it seems like I'm cutting paper forever. I have these CDs. It's like little CD covers right here. They're nice and hard, you know, they're cardstock, but they're nice and hard and sturdy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make this into some kind of a little album type thing, something really quick. I'm just cutting all this paper so that all I have to do is glue, 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 and get it over and done with that way. And at the same time, get me crafting and creating again, because it's been a rough one, you guys. It's been a rough one. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And I think I'm gonna just leave this. If I need another one, then I'll just move on to the next one. But and then I'm gonna stamp out some pockets, and I'm gonna glue some pockets on here. This looks like it has really nice, sturdy, double-sided tape. So hopefully that'll hold up. It'll be enough. So I have some pretty pastel colors, kind of Eastery, kind of springy. And then I have an extra one here in case I need it. And I have some envelopes, which I'm gonna cut in half and then glue them down to the cover. And I'm gonna stamp my images onto the envelopes themselves. So they're gonna have a cute little bunny on each envelope. That's what I'm thinking so far. But yes, I need to celebrate. I need to celebrate, you guys. I do. Many sleepless nights and long hours. Long hours, you guys. And sometimes without pay. You guys know how that works, right? So yes. So I figured, well, let me get some of this going because I have to figure out exactly how I'm gonna glue this in because I need it to function. And it's already got pretty sticky double-sided tape on it. And I need this to be able to function on me like an actual, I need it to fold over. Like, so I'm gonna test this one out and see if I'll be able to, oh, sugar, stuck already. And let's see. This is a lot easier with regular envelopes for some reason. Let's see. I think right there. I think right there is good. This is gonna be a little bit uneven, I think. Maybe I'll make this some kind of a wonky type of book. I'm trying to figure this out. This is really, really stiff. And I probably didn't think this through all the way, but let's see if I can make it work. Let's see if I can make it work. So, how can I do this so that it folds this way? Maybe I can get it so that it can fold this way. Right, because all the envelopes are, all the pockets are facing in that direction. So I can hopefully get it to flip this way. And I make it really, really simple. And I'm gonna leave this pocket, I'm gonna take this part off so that I can turn that into a pocket itself right there. So really, really simple. Let's see how I want to do this. There seems to be a little section here. Just gonna try to get it right in line with that. And let's see, I'm gonna fold this in. Let me cut these corners off before I decide to fold that in. And let's see how this whole thing turns out. Hi, Carrie. How are you, darling? So I think like this. And that way I can turn that into like a little tag spot or a little pocket there. And then you have, I think these pockets will be functionable for the most part. So you'll have pockets on both of these, right? These have like a scratch protector, like a piece of felt or something on the inside. So we'll have that. So that'll work. And I'm gonna glue this in. I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on that end there. Things that you figure out as you go, right? So let's see if I can, there we go. Oh, we have a piece of double-sided tape right here. I missed that one. I'm gonna get that off. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get that off because it just ripped off. Okay, so let's add some double-sided tape right here. And it's been a while for me since I've come on live, you guys, because I honestly didn't know what to make. I honestly did not know what to make. I actually wanted to come on live and do my my lap books as a series for doing lives, but that's just so many parts. It's gonna be like a soap opera. So I figured I will do this like this. So in case anybody's watching later on, because this is actually the purpose for me coming on here today, more so than creating this thing here, it's to discuss a little bit about the You and Me swap as well as the Lace 2K challenge. But I think I'll go over the Lace 2K a little bit more, you know, moving forward. So pretty much what the You and Me swap is a trading kind of platform. It's so that you can trade. So that you can trade things that you've purchased and just never got around to using. You know, like be it you know, certain punches or stickers or stamps or even like small paper pads that you just never really got around to using. And maybe you want to exchange it for something that's new. And then I figured it would be a good way to kind of get that going and get people that are on here, you know, kind of trading off, you know, some of their items for other items that maybe they might be looking for. Like I know some people don't have Tuesday mornings, some people don't have Hobby Lobbies, and some people shop a lot of Hobby Lobbies, and sometimes they buy things that they don't need, and you know, all of that good stuff. Or maybe you watched the haul video and you saw some things that say from a Dollar Tree or a Michael's or one of those stores, but you've gone to yours 100 times and for the life of them, they won't put it in stock. Then maybe you can trade something that you are not using for that item that you are looking for, you know? And that way nobody has to send anybody any money. Mayra, hello, darling. Oh my God, so long. So long. How's the baby? How's the baby, Mayra? She must be so big. Thank you. Well, I can't say that it's just my idea. Me and Janet were talking about it 2 days ago. Whenever I put the video up, that same day we were talking about it. And you know, she was telling me like, you know, how she wished that she had like a Tuesday morning and stuff like that. And it would have been cool like if we had a, you know, that kind of a situation. And I'm like, you know what? That is a freaking awesome thing that we need. And you know, I know I personally I don't go much to stores. Like most of the things that I have I order online. So if I order online it's because I'm gonna use it. So it's not so much personally for me to trade with you guys as it is more for me to kind of oversee it. You know, to just make sure that everything is done right. And that everybody's doing what you're supposed to do, you know, keeping the line nice and straight. And so I figured since I know a lot of us already have the Instagram, I personally don't do the Facebook. So I know that on Instagram, you can send the pictures right away. So if you don't want to, let's say, make a video sharing, like, listen, you guys, this is what I have. Or if you don't want to necessarily, you know, send an email and go through all that, but you have your phone and you have Instagram, then I can pretty much create a group, which is what I'm working on now, but I'm waiting for people to kind of sign up. Create a little group that is pretty much basically for that. So that we can share, you know, share the pictures. Like if you have something like, listen, I have this. Who wants to trade this, you know, for whatever it is that they're looking for, whatever the case may be. And I thought that that would be cool because it will save you guys, you know, money. It will save you endless trips to the store trying to hunt down that item, or it would even help you kind of declutter some of your space and maybe get something new or different that'll get you motivated in crafting, creating, whatever the case may be. So, hi, Janice. See? So like that would be perfect because, you know, we have people in so many different parts of the United States, you know, and even like, I mean, I don't want to say like overseas because I know it would be difficult shipping wise, you know, to do stuff like that. It would probably be cheaper for them to just order from a store. But like for us, you know, that we're in the US, you know, we have, you know how these stores are, they'll pick and choose what they send where. And sometimes it's really hard to get what you're looking for in other places, you know, in your area. Because like I know I don't have a Tuesday morning here, you know, and I know that for example, like if there's something that I wanted that only Tuesday Morning had because they discontinued it already in every other store, and now Tuesday Morning's the only place that has it, then I can put down there like, listen, you guys, I'm looking for this item. And if you have, if you know the SKU, or if you don't know the SKU, it doesn't even matter. That's probably a little bit too much extra, craziness. But if you know the name of the item, if you know the brands, if you know what you're looking for, then you can say, listen, I have this item here, or I have these items here, and I'm willing to trade for this item, or these items. If anybody's interested, or if you have it, or you have it available to you, then we can make a swap. And at the end of the day, nobody's losing money because it's more or less a fair and even exchange. So I thought that that would be, super cool. Well, we thought that that would be like super, super cool. And then using Instagram as, kind of like that depository for all the pictures, where we can just share them amongst ourselves, and share them with whoever it is that you're going to be swapping with. Even if you don't put it, like, let's say in the little group, like even if you connect with them independently off of the Instagram, then you could just send them the pictures like, listen, this is what I have. This is what I was, telling you that I had, or this is what I wanted to show you. And they can show you, so you can see the quality, you can see how it is. I'm looking for something, all of that good stuff. Hola, Isabel, ¿cómo estás? Ay, mi pobre Janet, está enfermita, carajo. So that's pretty much what, what that whole thing is about. I know people probably saw it like, I think I'm going to change the name, you guys. I think I'm going to call it You and Me Trade as opposed to You and Me Swap, because I know that I was thinking about it after we put the name up, because we actually made a list. And that's me, Janet, and Sasson. We made a list of names. Like, what should we call it? What should we call it? And it never dawned on me that I should add the word trade into the title, when that's exactly what it is that we're doing. We're trading. Instead, I called it a swap, and I think it's a little bit confusing for some because they're probably thinking, pocket letters, flip books, so on and so forth. And they might not even click the title because they're like, I'm already 100 swaps. Like, I don't need another one. And that's not really what this is about. This is not for swapping Happy Mail. This is not for swapping flip books. This is not for swapping any of that. This is look into your stash, open up them drawers, crack open those cabinets, dust off that box, pull out that you haven't used. It's still new. It's not damaged. And you want to trade off for something. You'd be surprised. Sometimes, I know for me, I love like the older papers. I love some of the older things that may not be in style anymore, or they're no longer available in stores, but might still be new. And I might have something that, I can trade off of. Now, we're not trading goods for handmade items. That's not what we're doing either. It's got to be goods for goods. Dando y dando y pajarito volando. That's how my mama says. Might as well make my tea. I'm always trying to fix somebody. So that's pretty much what that's about. And I know the video caught it caught some views, but sometimes people are a little bit shy, or they won't put nothing down because other people are not putting nothing down, and they're probably thinking like, oh my goodness, what the heck is this all about? But that's pretty much what it is. And again, it's not necessarily for me, because I'm the kind of person, honestly speaking, when I get a package, I open a package. Things don't last unopened around me at all. Like, even if it's a paper pad, I literally pop that tape, go through those pages, sticker packs, cut the tops off, go through them. Like, things don't last unopened around me. But even if you've popped the tags, so on and so forth, as long as it's entire and it's whole, then you're good to go. Or at least, in really, really good working condition, i.e., not worn out. So let's say you wanted to trade some punches, and I don't mean punches, YouTube, I mean craft punches. So if you wanted to trade some of those, maybe for some different ones or something like that, then just make sure that your stuff is good. It's gonna work. If the girl goes to, punch a paper out, she's not gonna go crazy. I know. I know that sucks. So that's pretty much what that's about. I gotta do something with this right here. I need to cover that. What am I gonna use to cover that? What am I gonna use to cover that? What am I gonna use to cover that? What do I have? Oh, also, you guys, let me show you. My stamping tool. Many of you guys have seen this. Many of you guys have made your own based on the video that I have put a long time ago, or even the video that Janet put a long time ago. But I changed it. I removed the clamps, you guys. I no longer need the clamps. I duct taped it. I added tape. I added tape to it. And this is a picture frame still. And I hooked it up. And then what I did is, this is the same old plexiglass. I gotta somehow get this off, or I need to get myself a new piece of plexiglass. I don't know. But so far, I couldn't get that off. I tried to scrape it off as much as I could, but that E6000 glue is no joke. I took the clips off like nothing, but the residue won't come off for nothing in the world. So I covered this whole thing with tape, so it's nice and glossy. And now if I make a little mess with tape, I can clean it off, and not a big deal. I could even wipe it down with alcohol, and all that ink comes right off. And it works perfectly. So we're gonna be using this to stamp out my bunnies. So this is a new way of doing it, and it opens from the side now. Before, mine used to open this way, and my frame is this one right here. It's huge. My whole thing fits in there. So it's a little bit more compact, and I actually like the way it's working. So far, so good. And since it's tape, I could always tape it back up if ever the tape gets messed up. So it's not that big of a deal, but it does a good job. And then at the end, so that I can open it and close it, I just fold it over some tape. So I have a little bit of tape here, and you could just open it, close it, open it, close it. And yeah, but I didn't record it because I kind of did it in the middle of the night because I got frustrated. So, like I said, I've been in a crafty kind of downward spiral for the past couple weeks. ISO? What are you talking about, Janice? Oh, for the other one, Nada? Yes. That was when all those tools were coming out. The what was it? That $65, $80 stamping tool that I was not gonna give my money for. Like, nope. No, thank you. I was looking for something. That's how I ended up thinking about that, because I gotta get. Don't mind if stuff starts falling down all over the place. I'm gonna get my humongous book of paper here, which is very old dictionary, because I'm gonna fill my pages in the inside. I'm gonna fill the inside with these. So I'm gonna grab myself a few of these. I'm so happy I picked this thing up. It's heavy, and it was a pain to bring to my house because of just the awkwardness of it, and with all the other things that I have bought, and I almost left it, but I'm so glad I did it, because lifesaver, complete and total lifesaver. This book is gonna last me a long, long time. I'm just trying not to knock my stuff over in the process. Oh, in search of. Oh, you mean for a title? But then they might just think that I'm searching for something, and it's not so much just for me. I'm trying to open this platform up for all crafters. So I'm trying to come up with a title that kind of incorporates everybody. And again, I think that I kind of confuse people when they see the title of swap, because they think that I'm trying to swap with them, or I'm trying to set up a swap or something like that. And it's not for Happy Meal. It's not that kind of a situation. It's to help you find what you need. So I think it's still gonna stay like you and me or something like that, but I think I'm just gonna incorporate the word trade. And I'm I'm just gonna edit the title to the video that I have, even though I might just chuck the whole video and just do another one, because I think it's gonna be really confusing. But yeah, it's that kind of a situation. So I'm gonna work on this side for right now. So I'm just gonna try to get my paper mostly folded in the way that I need it to go in. And I probably should have done this first. Memo to self. Always line the inside of your pockets before you cover the outside. Yes. Because that makes life easier. And this pocket is so tight. So let's see. How can I do this? This one doesn't even need that much. This one's the one that really needs more. I can always just add a piece of ribbon or something here. This is the one that's gonna need it the most. This one's kind of out. So let's see. Okay. Well, I decide upon how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go covering the outside of this, and I'll figure this out in a minute. Even if I don't get to do it now while I'm with you guys, I'll do it at some point today. But I want to get the rest of this book kind of covered up. So 3 sides. Let's see. I'm gonna put that one there. That one goes there, and then that one goes there to kind of alternate them. With iron. Okay, Janice, do you work in retail? Girl, break these initials down for me. Break it down for me. Because the only thing I know about is SKU. SKU. That's the only thing I heard about. And that's only because I used to work in a supermarket. So I used to have to change the SKU all the time for the products. I used to have to enter them into the computer. Back when registers converted into electronic registers. Yes. What a lengthy process that was. So let's see. Fold that over. Exactly, Nada. Thank you, Janet. That's exactly the point. Maybe what you have available to you are things that people over here might appreciate. And at the end of the day, like, it's almost like placing an ad. You know, like when you're going to go sell, let's say, a car, you say, okay, I have this Toyota 1989, you know, what, hopefully not that old, but just in case, you know, you have this Toyota 1989, you know, I just changed the alternator, I changed this, I changed that, and I'm looking, you know, for X amount of money. So you put what you have available and you write down what you are looking for, and you never know. Somebody might like what you have, and it might have what you need and is willing to trade. It's not always about name brand stuff, you know? It just depends what you have and what you're looking for. Hi, Jen. I'm doing I guess like a little, it's not necessarily a flip book, it's not necessarily an album, but something like that. It's something like that. Mostly I'm just killing time, but it's something like that. Just trying to pretty much not be here with idle hands, if you will, and try my hands at this really hard CD cover, CD envelope, CD mailer. That's what it is. It's a CD mailer. And I thought I would try to see if I could decorate it. So I know like a lot of us maybe have like those craft dyes that we purchased, you know, on off of eBay or AliExpress or any of those places. And at this point in time, since the craze was so hot for a while, you might have stuff that you're completely bored of. You no longer find yourself using as often. It still works great, but maybe you want to trade for, you know, a different set. Then pretty much you will write down what you have. Maybe somebody will be interested in seeing, share the picture, and then that way you guys can make a trade. And kind of simplify your life a little bit. So that's pretty much what it is. Because we all, I mean, we all have stuff that we don't use. We can't literally use it all at the same time. And we might have the greatest of intentions, right, of using it. We saw it, like, you know, our mouth watered, our eyes popped out of our heads, like we just have to have it. Then you bought it. You didn't buy one, you bought like 5 because you had to have it. And then you find yourself not using 4 of them because you used it, you got over the fever, you feel better now, and now you're like, dang it, what am I going to do with this? And in the meanwhile, it's just collecting dust. And maybe you don't have the ability to do destashes, or it's not something that you're very lucky at because, you know, some of us are lucky, some of us are not. Some, you know, sometimes we put up stuff for sale when it sells, sometimes it doesn't. So, you know, this is a way of not having to worry about having to exchange money. You don't need a bank account to do it. You don't need to have PayPal to do it because you're exchanging goods. You just need a address that somebody can deliver to. So we got it there, and I'm gonna see what I do with this. I'm gonna see what I do with this because I wanted to use that paper to kind of tuck it in there, but I don't like it. No me gusta. No, sorry, Bob. So I'm gonna leave this like this for now. Obviously, it's not gonna stay like this, but I'm gonna get working on the pockets while my brain kind of works and figures out exactly what it is that I want to do. So let me see if I can find my scissor because my hubby took it. Yes, he did. He did one of those on me today. He borrowed it, and I don't know. It's one of those stylized scissors. Oh no. Yes, girl. So you can go setting your stuff apart. Now I put it down for up to 5 items because I figured, you know, even if you don't get lucky with one person that can say, okay, I have exactly what you're looking for and I'll take all of those items off your hand, at least you might get lucky with a few of those items being, you know, taken and, you know, swapped out, not taken, traded. And you might get lucky that way. I'm going to do some border trims, but I want to make them myself. So I'm going to cut these in half, or as close to half as I can get them. Let me see. Where is this little book thingamajig at? Because I'm going to be stamping these out. But I also, you know what? Let me stamp them first so that I know exactly how much room I have and how much room I need. Because those stamps are pretty big, actually. And then I can decide on the rest. So, and I'm going to stamp one on each side. You know, one on each side of the fig. Yes, sometimes. Sometimes, Maida, sometimes. So, so here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna get my little envelope taped down. I'm gonna get this cute little buddy girl on here. And let's try to place her somewhere. Maybe a little bit more to this side so that I can add maybe something cute here on the side. So I'll do that. And voila. I mean, it's so like, it works. It works, you guys. It works. I just love it when a plan comes together. And so now I'm going to go ahead and ink this baby up. And I'm not going to do any coloring right now, you guys. Coloring takes time. And I don't ever have that kind of time. But I figured I will come on and hang out with you guys for a while. And see what's what. Let me give her some chest compressions. You are like, bang, bang, bang. Now you are. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. But just for good measure, I'm going to go against this little ear line right here. Now, granted, this is an envelope, so it's not really designed to take none of these heavy inks, so on and so forth. So I don't know if I'm going to color her in full or just partly, but I do want to color her in. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side in opposite directions, just to have the two, because I might actually turn it into like a little book that somehow folds in here. I don't know, you guys. Sometimes we bite off more than we can chew, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I'm waiting for him to come back into the room so he could tell me where he hid my scissor. So he could tell me where he hid my scissor. Do, do, do. Little bunny right there. And that's what's great about these tools. You can just go in and fix whatever you want. All right, so that could have been part of the reason why I was such a crafty funk, because I kind of missed hanging out with you guys. So this is what this one looks like, and this obviously is what this one looks like because they're the same stamp twice. And then I'll just add all of these cute little, it's got an Eiffel Tower, some cute little flowers, a little camera, and it says Paris. I don't know if I'm going to add Paris in there or not. I don't know if I feel like Paris or not, but we shall see. We shall see. My favorite one, though, believe it or not, is the little boy. I think the boy is just so stinking cute. I think he is adorable. Adorable, adorable, adorable. Now I just need to find them. Where are you? Don't hide from me. There we go. All right, so let me get my envelope. Yes, isn't it adorable? I wish they had more different ones, but they only had those three. But the three is good enough. It's good enough for now. I like stamping, you guys, but I'm not so much into stamping. I have many stamps, but they're mostly those kinds of stamps that you get from, you know, eBay. So they're not necessarily the greatest quality stamps, but they do the job, so I can't complain. But I don't really do much stamping. I do the occasional stamping every now and then. Now that I've been working actually on my lap books and those little, you know, mini album folio type things, is that I've really gotten into more stamping, because I've been stamping the papers and you know, doing all of that, which is kind of good because it got me back into using them, and it got me finding ones that I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had you. But yeah. Hi, Debbie. And so isn't this just like the cutest thing? Oh my god, him and his little camera, like I can't handle it. He's just too adorable. Let's see, on this side of the hand. Dun, 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 dun. The one thing I would say that I don't really like too much about these stamps in general is the fact that the outline is so thick Like the outline itself is so thick, but I guess that's good in a way, especially if you go outside the lines. That thick line really makes sure that you stay in those lines. It's, you know, really, really cute. Really, really cute otherwise. And there. This is a lot easier for me to ink up than the other one that I had, which was flipping backwards. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Corky. I loved Corky. And I was so sad when I had to RIP it because the things just kept falling off. Not the clips or anything like that, but I embellished it. I put these things on it. Where is it? If I can get it out. I glued these. Have you seen how my thing looked before? I put these little, they look like waxed seals. So I put those things on it and it kept coming off and I just got mad. Be it that I'm in a crafty funk and stuff is just like falling off of it, I was just like, okay, time for an upgrade, baby. I'm getting the slimmer, younger model. So I did this. I did this. So moving right along. As far as my Lace 2K challenge, you guys. So just to just give you a little bit of a rundown about that. I don't know if I spoke about it or not. I might be repeating myself at this point in time. I don't know. But pretty much it's just altered a strip of 12 inches, altered in any way, shape, or form. And by altered, what it means is you can double up the lace, you can add buttons, you can add sequins, you can add whatever you want to it. You can splash paint on it. Like, you know, I don't want a ball. I want it to be a stretched out piece of, you know, of lace or trim or whatever you have. But you can decorate it any way that you wish. You can go completely vintage, completely shabby. You can go steampunk. If you're daring like that, I would love to see something like that. You can go any way that you want to go. And pretty much my goal is to incorporate these things into some kind of an album or a journal or something of that nature, where I can go ahead and use some of these, you know, these trims and stuff. So plus it'll get me kind of, you know, it'll get my creative juices flowing and hopefully help me out of my little rut. Aren't these adorable? Help me out of my little ruts here and you know, get my mind kind of going. You know how it is when you see something and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I can do this or I can do that. I usually need it more for motivation than anything else. Now, this guy has this cute little bunny guy that's holding like the lamplight. Like, that's just too cute right there. I know you guys can't see that. I'm holding it up like you can see that, but it's got the cutest little bunny right there. Hopefully I'm not blinding you guys with the glare. So now we're on to our last one. 12 inches. At least 12 inches. 12 inches of altered lace any way that you want. And then if you decide to add a tag to that as well, then just add any little pieces of lace or trim. You know, add some kind of fabric to the tag. That's all you pretty much have to do. Add some kind of fabric to the tag. And again, you can do it in any way, style, shape that you wish. I leave that completely up to you. I just want to see, you know, where you guys take it. I think it will be interesting to see just how many different ways can a person alter a lace. These bunnies are too cute. And then I would love to see what I end up making with them, like how I end up incorporating them into my art and my crafts and just different things. And I made it kind of like really light, so it shouldn't cost much to ship it out. You can put something like that in a small little, you know, envelope, one of those little yellow mailers. that you get like 6 for $1 at the Dollar Tree and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be too expensive to mail out. Now let's flip this baby over. Okay, we have they changed the stuff, you guys. You can't just block people anymore from the looks of it. Put user in timeout. I did. You only have options now to put people in timeout, but you can't necessarily block them. That's so strange. So weird. Luckily, I was able to catch what you guys were saying. I know sometimes it's not easy for me to read and do what I'm doing at the same time because my computer's just at a really, really odd angle. So whenever I'm facing this way, it's hard for me to see what's going on my laptop, but I'm making an effort today. I position stuff differently. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here, you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this whole thing all the way through and through, but I did this wrong. I needed to position my stamp first. So let's see. I hope I don't mess this up. Let me just start over. Start over. Start over, Carmen. Start over. All right. So we good there, right, you guys? Huh? What? Oh, I did? Oh, I'm so sorry. But it was, why is she hidden? Hold on. Oh, no. Unhide this user. Did I hide everybody? This is weird. I'm so sorry, Isabel. I don't know why I did. This is new now. I haven't been here for a while. Isabel was hidden by. Was hidden by. Are we good? This is new technology right now, you guys. This is so odd. They've changed it. It used to not be like that. You were able to block somebody completely right from there. Now you can't even do that. It only gives you like options to put them on timeout and to just delete the message. Like it doesn't let you block them no more. At least not how you used to be able to block them. I can just hide their comments, but their comments are still there. You just can't see them. Are you guys there? I don't know. Did I block everybody? It's so strange. I don't know. This thing threw me for a loop. All right, so I got these. This is all I'm gonna do. We have 3 stamps. We have 3 sides. So that's pretty much it. Another thing that's good is that my tape stays sticky. Yay! So I can keep using the same piece of tape over and over and over again. All right, so I got that going. I don't see Isabel either. Nada's there. I don't know if Isabel, it says unhidden, so she's not blocked. Oh man. I'm so sorry, girlfriend. I'm so sorry. More, now that you're here, I need my scissor. You got the one with the curly edges, man. Give me my stuff back. Give me my curly edges back. Muchas gracias. Ow. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of this and I'm gonna glue this down, and then I'm gonna cut across so that I have my pockets, and then at least I have a little bit of decorative something going on in them. And then as far as this is really, really stressing me out, but I'll figure it out. Bye, darling. Feel better. So I think that what I'm gonna do as far as this today is just I'm gonna go ahead and add these strips here, and I'm gonna add these pockets in, and then if anything, I'll do a video share probably tomorrow. So I will continue to work on it. But I also have to get the kiddos ready for school tomorrow, so I will be gluing these pockets to these pages and then calling it a day. But it sure was fun hanging out with you guys. Definitely missed that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these scissors. They have like a curly top, and what I'm gonna do, well, what I need to do before I do that is actually seal this envelope. I'm gonna seal this envelope. This cutesy wootsy kind of stuff is not like my normal crafting style. I'm really not so much, not that I'm not into it, I like looking at it and stuff, but as far as me making it, I don't do those that much. So I'm gonna do this. And this. And this. And now I have like a scalloped little envelope top. I just have to glue my little envelope strip a little bit better. I'm gonna distress that with a little bit of blue. I'm gonna do the same to this one here. And just get that kind of going. Come on, paper. Women, the cute little scalloped type of edge on the top. Make sure that's glued down all the way. Thank you, Nadia. Nada, not Nadia. Nada. I don't know why I keep calling you Nadia. It's Nada. Casi como Nereida, but not quite. And this can actually be like a little belly bands if you wanted to add something in here, but I'm not going to use it for that. So on to the next one. I'm going to use all the scraps that I had left over. So this one got this one. This guy, since he's, where's the boy? Since he's blue, I'm going to add the blue one on him. Since he's a boy, not because he's blue. Since he's a boy, I'm going to add the blue one on him. think that's more than enough. And just looking for a good space between both. Yes. Right? And now you have, out of one envelope, you got two little pockets that you can go ahead and add tags. You could even fill them up with like little goodies and stuff and just, you know, stack them. You could do all kinds of cute little things with those. And once again, what I said, the first thing you have to do is seal your envelope. And of course, it is not the first thing that I do. Okay. And here we go again. Now you have to be careful with these kinds of scissors because if you flip them, you get a different pattern than if you use them in one direction. You get a different pattern from the next. So I'm not worried about having them the same exact height. I don't really care so much about that. I actually wouldn't mind if they were different heights. My concern is keeping this thing straight. And what I notice is that the back cuts a lot better than the front. So if you try to have it towards the back, see, like this definitely came off angle, but así se fue. It's going just like that. I'll just add a cute little embellishment or something there and keep that like that. And now the same for this one. And keeping that there. It's from eBay. I honestly have no idea because you know that those places, they don't give you names, they give you numbers. So I got it like a while ago, so I have no clue, but I can try to find out for you like exactly where. I know that it was like $1 something at tops at most. Isn't that cute? You can literally just leave them like this. Like your page is good to go. You can literally leave them like that. You'll get away with it. It looks that cute. And now for the girls, this one, she's got the raincoat. What I did with this one, I put her in green. So this one needs to go in the pink. So where's my pink? I actually have a strip right here, and I could have just used those strips, to be honest with you, and not cut up my longer strips. Yikes. And then I'm gonna glue these babies on, and then I'm gonna see what I do with those white areas there. And figures it out. Spreading that glue out. Hi, Lisa. How are you, darling? And so now that I have my little situation going, my envelope is sealed. Now I can go ahead and cut it. Now, if you have really, really wet glue, let it dry for a minute or two before you cut it, just so that I think it'll be, you'll get crispier lines that way, because I'm doing this while the paper's a little bit wet. I think it's part of the reason why my lines are not as crispy as maybe they could have been. That, and I'm not using my Dollar Tree glue, you guys. I'm so sad because of my Dollar Tree glue, because they changed the formula. They did. They changed the formula on me, you guys. I'm no longer a sponsor. Not that I ever was, but I'm no longer a promoter of that glue because they changed. It gets yellow now. Once it gets yellow, throw it in the garbage. It's no longer good. It will no longer glue anything. All you'll get is globs. Globs and globs and globs of glue. There we go. And now let's do the same to this one. So here we go again. And getting this good to go. And then this one is going to be the last one that I'm going to do. And again, it's a little bit trickier because my glue is still wet in the paper. If you don't want to wait, then heat set it for a few seconds. Let that glue kind of dry up just a little bit. Let it get nice and firmed up. What I'm gonna do now is I think I'm gonna further embellish these at some point. This is gonna flip this way, and this is gonna flip this way. So it's gonna open up this way. So this way and this way. So I'm looking for opposite patterns on these. I want to put opposite patterns on them. So that they stand out. And then these, I might just tuck an extra one in there in the little envelope. Maybe fill it up with a little card or a little tag or something and just put it in there. We'll see. If not, then I'll put them in the back because we have that extra pocket. I can just put those in the back of that. But before I do that, I do want to distress these just a smidge. So I'm going to get my Coral, what is this? No, Worn Lipstick and what is this? What is this? What is this? I need some bluish kind of color. No, that won't work. That will not work, you guys. Pistachio will work on that one. I'm looking for a blue. That's not even blue. That's like turquoise or something. But I don't think I have the turquoise color. What is this? Peeled paint, cracked pistachio. No, that won't work. All right, so I'm just gonna go with the regular blue. I'm gonna go with the regular blue, you guys. Where did I put it? I had it in my hand. I put it down. Oh, it's right here. All right, so good night. And thank you for hanging out with me, with us, with the crew. So I'm going to use some of this peeled paint to just kind of go onto these little white edges here. Even though the envelope's like an off-white, just want to add a little bit more color to them. And that's it for that one. I'm going to do the same to the pink one. And that's it for that one. And then the blue one. And then once I glue this down, you guys, I am going to be calling it a good night so that I can get myself ready for tomorrow, another day. So I hope you guys will get a chance to check out. I left the links down below for both the challenge as well as the You and Me swap. So if you kind of like the idea of exchanging or trading for some items, then give it a try. Give it a try and see if you can find yourself maybe with some new items that you've always wanted. We have our little bunny there. I love that little bunny. It's my favorite one. And then this one, the last one. And we're gonna glue her on. And then I have those extras, which I'm gonna fit into, I'm gonna fit these into my little pocket that I have here. So we have an extra pocket. I'm gonna fit these into the little extra pocket that we have there. So there's something extra kind of hanging out in there. I'm gonna fan those out. And then all I have left to do is just decorate this, which I'm gonna do while I'm off camera. And this is pretty much it. I just wanted to pretty much, you know, have something to do while I spoke to you guys about the stuff that's going on my channel, more so than anything. And to this, you can add tags. You can add pretty much, you know, whatever you want. You can add a little gift card on one, you know, add a little picture in the other, add a little note in the other, and pretty much make it a trifecta where you have everything rolled up in one. You know, a cute picture, maybe if you're going to give, let's say, to like a grandbaby or a niece or a nephew, a picture of maybe when they were small and you with them, and you could put that in one pocket, and then in the other pocket, you can give them a gift card or something of that nature, depending on what they're into. And then in the other pocket, you could write them a little note or a little message or something special for either their birthday, whatever the case is. And granted, this might not be necessarily the best example of that, but you guys get the idea for the most part. And I'll come back and do a share of what it looks like all completed once I have it all done. So with that being said, you guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. If you haven't checked out the links are down below. If you want to check out, you know, what the I'm going to change the name. That's the first thing. I'm going to change the name of the UME swap because it's not necessarily a swap. What it is a trade. Is a place for you guys to trade, you know, items that you're not using for other items that other people are not using, and maybe exchange things that you might have been looking for or wanting and or needing. That's really what the basis of that is. But I'm going to go ahead and take that video down, and I'm going to create a better video, which I think I will be able to explain things better. And now that because I got that video out kind of, I rushed through it, to be honest with you. So I'll be able to explain things better in that way. So if you see that and you're, you know, you have things that you want to trade up, then by all means, then check that out. And I'll leave the rules and how everything works in that video. But it is not a wishing video. It is not a swap type of situation where you're swapping paper crafts and or those types of things. This is mainly for things that you're not using, specifically for things that you're not using that are still in good and working order to new. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if you haven't checked out my challenge, then please go ahead and do so. Thank you all so much for spending time with me. I really do appreciate you guys. And be on that lookout for the new video for the UME trade. That's what it's going to be called, UME trade. So check it out. And let's see what we can do with this, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Yes, Mayra. Wait for the new video. I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to get off this. I'm going to get that video going where I'm going to, you know, I'm going to clean up my mess first. I'm going to get that video going. And I'm going to put that video up so that you guys get a better, you know, understanding. And that way, like I said, you're going through your craft room. You're going through things. Sometimes you bought things, whatever the case may be. You don't necessarily want to distash it. You don't necessarily know how to destash it. Then maybe you can put it up for trade here and you can find somebody that'll trade with you. You could always exchange pictures via email or Instagram. If you have Instagram, you can do it privately, or you can join the UME trade, which is the group that I'm going to start, the UME trade group on the Instagram, where you guys will be able to see each other's pictures of the stuff that you have available and the things that you might want to trade, so on and so forth. So hopefully this will be a good thing. So thanks, you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.